I'm very excited about this. Fun facts for your show guest. I think it's really important to share with your guest not only the fashion trends and what's up and coming in style and with your jewelry and your clothing and accessories and all of that, but also how to care for your jewelry, along with what's in trend, but how to really take good care of our jewelry. Because you will be surprised that if they take better care of the jewelry, you'll have less returns as well. So, sharing some tips for show guests, we have Danielle Napier and Kim Kirkman.
Okay, the first thing that you'll find on your handout is, most of you are probably very familiar with jewelry, but when I came in, I had to learn a lot about jewelry, and so people were saying high fashion, they were saying costume, and they were talking fine jewelry, so I had to learn the difference between all those things. So I gave you a definition of what high fashion jewelry is, and basically it bridges the gap between costume jewelry, which is very inexpensive, and fine jewelry, which is things like diamonds and sapphires and gold. And so we're the in-between so that you can look like you're wearing fine fashion, and they call it high fashion or fine fashion jewelry. And we carry semi-precious stones, things like that. So that's all explained on here. But have you ever had someone say, well, will it turn my finger green, or that kind of stuff? Well, I just Googled green fingers and jewelry, so that you could see that, and this actually tells you that even if you have real gold or real silver, that can happen, okay? And it's not the silver manufacturer's fault that it's happening. So it's not something that's bad. All it is that some people have very high acidity in their skin. And so that can cause the reaction between their skin and the ring. But if you are not a person that has high acidity, but you love your lotions, or you never take your ring off and you're going to shower and do laundry and get in the swimming pool, you can also have problems. And it kind of explains why on here, okay? So I thought that was kind of interesting. It says, another reason may be lotion, soap, chemicals. And what they do is they cause skin irritation for you. They can discolor the skin, but all you have to do is use a polishing cloth and wipe off the jewelry. Do that. Don't wear it when you're swimming. Don't wear it while you're showering, and you won't have that problem. And then the other thing is, I gave you the information on where you can find this information in Park Lane. On the website, on the Success Guide, on pages 5 through 8. And it'll tell you everything. And then I also told you that our jewelry is nickel-free, which is another reason that some people may have skin irritations and don't want to wear costume jewelry. You can assure them that our jewelry is nickel-free. Our earrings are also surgical steel, which is hypoallergenic, basically. It's the same kind of metal that the surgeons would use while doing surgery. So that is why you might have people, and I actually had a person on my team who can't wear even gold earrings, but she can wear our earrings because they're surgical steel, okay? And then I listed a lot of the semi-precious stones for you so that you were aware of that, because that makes people excited to know. And then as far as the green finger or the jewelry discoloring, the fact that ours is rhodium plated is the best chance they have of not having that problem happen. So that's explanation too.
Thank you.
And that's where I come in and talk about the rhodium, because this was something that I found really interesting. I don't know, does anybody watch 2.5 Men at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, about 2 episodes ago, the nice Ashton was talking about his wedding ring that he had, and he was saying that it was platinum and rhodium, and it was extremely expensive because of that. Well, I'm going to give just some information that I found, and this is, if you just go to Wikipedia and you look up rhodium, this is exactly kind of what's in there. What? Yeah, you can look that one up too. Literally, I looked up the green finger also, and there is like thousands of websites on green finger. And it is the funniest thing. And I even looked up jewelry that smells. Okay, and that one was for one of my friends who doesn't like jewelry that smells. Yeah. Some jewelry people have found can have a certain unpleasant odor to it. And essentially what that is after you have worn the oil in your skin and your sweat essentially starts to make it stink. Okay?
It's a reaction.
It's just a reaction in between the metal and then that. It's just like your clothes. If you're going to wear jewelry all the time, you take it off and you put it back in your jewelry box. Well, it's going to start stinking. So you just have to, the polishing floss, or you could just take a warm rag, just a little bit of Dawn, and just wipe it off, and it's good to go. Dry it, and that doesn't have that smell anymore. So it's, jewelry, we wear it like clothing, so you have to consider taking care of it the same way, which a lot of people don't. So here is what I found about rhodium, and I'm going to sound very Wikipedia for a second, but I just thought it was really cool. So rhodium is a chemical element that is rare, silvery white, hard, and chemically inert transition metal, and a member of the platinum group. It is one of the rarest precious metals and the most costly that there is. Rhodium is a so-called noble metal resistant to corrosion, found in platinum or nickel ores together with the other members of the platinum group metals. The element's major use, so about 80% of the world's rhodium production, is in one of the catalysts in a three-way Cadillac converter of automobiles. Because rhodium metal is inert against corrosion and most aggressive chemicals, and because of its rarity, rhodium is usually alloyed with platinum or palladium, which I find this very interesting. They're using this in cars. Where was it? Okay. So, they use it in the impression of like white sterling silver is often also used rhodium plated for tarnish resistance. They use the same with gold. They dip it in rhodium to keep it from tarnishing. So even that beautiful silver that you have or the gold that you pay a lot of money for is dipped in the same stuff that we use. So that's nice to say when you go to your parties. Also, I found this really interesting. The price of rhodium is extremely high. It is actually, at several points, 8 times higher priced than gold is itself. 8 times. And all of this is on the Wikipedia, which I find is very interesting. And it goes up and down, kind of like the stock market does of how expensive rhodium can be. But still, no matter what, at the end of the day, it's always more expensive than gold is, no matter what the carat, because it's just so rare. So rhodium finds its use in jewelry and for decorations. It is electroplated on white gold and platinum to give it a reflective white surface. This is known as rhodium flashing in the jewelry business. So that's what they do. And I loved this little tidbit of info. Rhodium has been used for honors or to symbolize wealth, when more commonly used metals such as silver, gold, or platinum are deemed insufficient. In 1979, the Guinness Book of World Records gave Paul McCartney a rhodium-plated disc for being history's all-time best-selling songwriter and recording artist. So I just find, I love all that. I find it very interesting to know that this is what our jewelry is made of. So even if you have somebody with a green finger or whatever issue it is, our jewelry is very well made. And just because it turned their finger green, it isn't the jewelry, it's their finger.
Any questions?